This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 811. I am Brian Kilby. It's the last episode of 2022. Thank goodness. I want this year behind us. It's actually not been that bad of a year. All things considered.
I've definitely had worse.
Yeah, I've had worse and I've had better. I think it's probably better than last year. Maybe.
Oh, who can even tell anymore? Hi, I'm XV.
That was Rob also, and Matt's here.
Yes, I am.
Don and Diecast are on assignment, so it's just us. Next week will be our big 2022 recap episode. We were working feverishly putting that together right now. I've already got a lot of all of the material pulled together. We just have to record it. So.
Yeah, I think we're even trimmed down to an acceptable length too already.
Yeah, so every last couple of years, I think we've been playing around with that a little bit. Like the length of the show notes on that used to be 20 pages.
There's a reason. There's a reason every year, when we hit the end of the year, we talk with dread about the idea of the year review show because it used to be a monster.
It used to be.
We still remember the dark times.
Yeah. It was really challenging to do that, and it's actually not that bad now. It's really not. But it was 20 pages. So and I think that it's probably better if we trim it down. Right now the show notes are down to about 2 pages. So and we post those show notes to our website, of course. So it will be at tfradio.net/811. Every episode is posted that way. Next week is 812, so that'll be at tfradio.net/812, and you can see everything that we have to talk about. So, but this week to talk about, and I'll be honest, I was working on other things during pre-show, which did not include recording pre-show, so I'm going to have to download it off of YouTube for our patrons, because our patrons get the pre-show podcast each week. But MP Trailbreaker in hand photos plus official transformation video. So I checked today. Mine is not shipped yet. Oh God, I just realized something.
You cancel it.
No, I didn't.
No, we established a couple weeks ago that you were too late to cancel it.
Too late to cancel it. I just made a purchase, a sizable purchase off Mandarake today. Hopefully I'll have it next week. Sizable for me, not sizable for Diecast. Yeah.
I'm waiting on a largish for me Amazon Japan order that should be here in the next week, I think. So
another case of G-frames?
Yeah. FA Volume 3.
Any good extras?
Not sure what the extras will be, but it's the case Zaku Kai, Shining Gundam, Jim Custom, and a rerun of the G-Frame Zeta.
If the extra is the Shining or the Zeta,
Okay.
If not, probably pass if you wanted to part with any of them. But thanks for always thinking of me.
Yeah, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, travel down the road and back again.
Okay, I'll shut
up. Your heart is true. Your pal and confidant.
For Christmas, I got Kim the Little People's Golden Girls.
Oh,
nice.
She was happy with that. But yeah, so I'm looking at this right now, and this doesn't really change my mind. It doesn't make me feel any better or worse. I think some of the photos are better than what we saw before. They're comparable to what we saw last week or the week before that.
Proportionally, he looks a little bit better with some decent in-hand photos.
Yeah. It's not the aesthetic that I want.
It's really not.
I miss old Masterpiece.
I'm so badly. I'm absolutely going to skip on Trailbreaker, but he looks decent enough that whenever they get around to the eventual Diaclone colors, I'll buy that one.
Hasui-san, please come back and save us.
Yeah.
Please, I beg of you.
Your only hope. Yeah, I think that I am mostly done with Masterpiece unless things change, which is a great feeling.
Except for the train bots, which you've gone full sunk fallacy into.
I am sunk cost fallacy into the train bots.
Yep.
I was looking up GoBots. Never when I.
We'll discuss those in more depth later.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, not very later, but yeah.
Yeah. So, this could be a short show, by the way,
Uh-huh.
and I am okay with that.
If you average out the length of this week's show and the length of next week's show, they'll both be about average.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Math
is interesting that way.
Yeah, math is interesting. Deluxe motorcycle Junkion in hand via review screenshots. Like, so this isn't coming out to like 2027, right? So how is this?
It's Wave 2 2024 product, so like March.
So,
bearing in mind that I believe Hasbro Pulse has already started to fulfill some pre-orders, or they're about to start fulfilling pre-orders for Legacy Evolution Wave 1 items. So, the stuff is in the works.
So it's Wave 2 2023. You said 2024.
Yeah. Oh, well,
okay.
Time is the fire in which we burn. I think JT Prime told us a few days ago, too, that the Evolution Wave 2 Voyagers have started arriving in port in the US already.
Okay. So, what do you think? We still have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
I'd like to know what its name is, but eventually we'll have something for that.
Do we not so
it's Junkion 2 still in the listings.
Yeah.
And of course there's no card. This probably came in a baggie.
Correct. Very similar to how I got Scrap Hook a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So the name wasn't like written on a Sharpie or anything, so
actually I think the seller wrote Scrap on the shipping box just so they would know, which thing it was they had to send out. Yeah, I found the box. They wrote Scrap on it, so I would have at least had half the name if I didn't know it already.
I don't think I'll ever use it as a weaponizer. I know it sounds terrible.
No, probably not. And it can work that way, but that's not exactly the point of them either. They're always supposed to weaponize with each other per designer intent.
Yeah, I'll bash Junkions together, but I'm not going to weaponize across, the other Autobots or anything like that.
I mean, there's certainly, scenarios where it would be interesting to have an Autobot, pick up a Junkion's arm and use that to beat somebody with. I mean, even in Transformers the movie, Cup grabbed Sharkticon tail and used that as a weapon.
Yeah, that's true.
Improvised body part weapons is not unheard of among the Autobots. But I think Mark, when he was talking about the design of Scrap Hook after the official reveal, his thing was the idea of Junkions picking up each other's pieces after they get blown apart and continuing to fight using them, and that's what the weaponizer purpose of this really is. I think that's a lot to do too with the engineering choice to make them be able to all transform without being taken apart, unlike the previous weaponizers and modulators.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm still all in for this new Junkion concept. I'm just sad there's apparently only 3 of them.
Well, who knows what else is in that mold and could show up in Select.
Yeah, no, that's completely true. I mean, recolors and mild retools are totally valid here. Just I'm thinking in terms of wholesale original designs. There's apparently only 3, and for all we know, that third one could just be a recolor retool of one of the first 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, fully assembled Masterpiece Raiden in promo booklet. What do you think?
It's not the Raiden I want.
It's Raiden you deserve.
I mean, probably. I'm not a very nice boy, but if you think about the Headmasters cartoon, Raiden's very square and boxy, and this is very not either of those things.
So we were I guess I was complaining that the Masterpiece toys are too anime focused. While this isn't super duper, super amazingly close to the toy, it's closer to the toy in spirit than it is to the animation.
Probably so, and because it's with it, there's a very different directive with the design of these train bots because of the cultural significance of trains and model trains of the hobby in Japan. That's the angle they want to focus on instead of the animation accuracy. And like, I'm not saying we would have gotten a distinctly better final product if they had gone for animation accuracy.
I think we
Although
would have.
it is possible since it's just boxes into boxes.
I
that-
prefer this. I prefer this to the recent masterpieces that we've been getting, except for the fact that it's $600.
Yeah, if this had come out as like a Titan and Combiner Wars, I would have been all over it. But
yeah.
not,
That's the
yeah.
aesthetic I want.
yeah,
right.
not for $600 though. No, just can't.
It's the aesthetic we all wanted because when the idea of this was first presented to us, that's the direction we all started speculating into. It's going to be Devastator again, and it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So they've
I
already.
don't like the way this looks, and Wheeljack64 Josh in our Discord is making the point too. It doesn't look like it'll really be able to pose at all.
Oh no,
If radio.net.
it'll stand there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Eh,
Oh god.
If anyone is ever brave enough to put it together.
it'll stand there about the same height as Victorion for $600+.
Ow.
Yeah.
God. Okay. Do you think there's any chance with this design team, since they've already gone back and done another Minosaur, that we could potentially get this? There are a couple other options out there for combiners that they've not done at that scale.
HasLab Holiday
I would
2023.
say HasLab, if anything.
Yeah. I could see this as a HasLab project.
Because I think they would want to have it be the equal of Devastator and Predaking scale-wise, and that would require them to take up literally an entire year's worth of one price point to do this, very similar to what Studio Series Devastator was. And I don't think they want to do that
they
again.
wouldn't have to put 6 trains on a retail shelf.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a big part of it too. But I don't think they would want to devote an entire size class for an entire product year to one idea.
If that's what it takes to get it out, I'll do it, please. Yeah. This is like every week. Various product listing leaks, including third G.I. Joe crossover, Thunder Machine Soundwave.
I don't know how definite the Thunder Machine Soundwave part of that is, but that's what's floating around the rumor mill at this point for what this is supposed to be.
My Thunder Machine is right out of reach. I would get it and show it, for the
Right.
people who don't know what it is, but
Let's say they managed to take 2 of my favorite things and smash them together. It's awesome.
yeah, I know. It's yeah. Let's see here. What are the top? Let's see. EV Commander 2, Armada Optimus,
Mhm.
the Nemesis, Cheetor.
Reinforcement of the Studio Series Commander class Ultra Magnus.
Okay.
Which we were talking about that some in the Discord too, what we expect of that. And, being Studio Series 86 and Ultra Magnus never being depicted in animation with the cab robot, we think it's going to be.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be an Inner Optimus bot.
No,
I
and I
it's gonna be
think-
an all-in-one. And I'm okay with that.
I'm torn on that. I think it could be part of the Motormaster tooling family and have its own robot, but I don't know.
So Shattered Glass Leader Grimlock.
So this is said to be a separate thing from the G2 Grimlock we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And it kind of makes sense they would run the two, together essentially
Yeah,
for
the
a product
mold.
here.
Yeah, to get the mold in use. So what
There
would
was
it-
even some loose speculation that there could even be a limited reissue run available to retailers of just Studio Series Grimlock again at the same time because the molds are hanging.
what would it be?
I mean, we know what
What's
Shattered Glass.
what are
Grimlock-
Shattered
Shattered Glass is
Triptychon colors.
There's a Shattered Glass Grimlock.
Yes.
I've never read
Was
Shattered.
it- was
He's
Triptychon
Triptychon
col-
colors. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
right. I was thinking of the overkill off the classic Grimlock mold all those years
Yeah, like
ago.
I've never read a single one of the Shattered Glass
No,
stories. So
I think Shattered Glass Grimlock was one of the toys in the first Shattered Glass set. I
Was
could be
he?
mistaken about that.
let me go back.
Either that or there was like a good mock-up someone did.
So like I like Rob's idea of Overkill from that Classics Grimlock because I've always like, oh god, that's ugly.
I mean, I can imagine the colors on the Studio Series mold. And I don't
How
think
have
it
I never seen this?
terrible.
Is that
You've,
the
you've seen it be you've seen Shattered Glass Grimlock before. You've just blocked it from your mind. Yeah.
that was a California BotCon, right? 2008. No, that was the year I got that was the year I got married. So I didn't go to that BotCon for that reason.
2010 was Anaheim.
So where was it? 2008? I didn't go
think.
because
Or
I
was
got
2010
married that
Florida?
year. Florida.
Okay.
Okay. I don't remember that at all. God, that is ugly.
Again, I can imagine it on the Studio Series leader mold, and I don't think it would look that bad. It's not something I want to have, but
God,
like
it's growing on me too. That's the worst part.
the worst part of it all is
You can live with it.
thank you. Do you remember several weeks ago there was another one of these listing dumps that had a series of capsule entries that spread across all the size classes?
That was Cincinnati.
That might be the new Shattered Glass assortment.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but,
Is an inference I'm making.
sorry. Oh, wait, was Cincinnati. That was I didn't get.
Okay.
I didn't get to go that one. I think Alex went to that one because wasn't in Cincinnati. I thought. So I'm just looking at the toys from that set. I remember every single thing from that year except for Grimlock. Why is that?
Again,
He was in the box set, wasn't he? Like he was
I remember
so.
every single thing else from that year except for Grimlock.
I actually thought the Bumblebee they did off of the Cybertron Hotshot mold was fairly inspired, as you know, BotCon character reassignments go.
Yeah, I just assumed that was something only in the fiction. Yeah, I had no recollection of that Grimlock toy at all. Yeah, it's growing on me.
It's not bad.
It's not
It's not the most creative thing.
instant
but
revulsion, but like looking at it, it's kind of like, yeah, that's actually, yeah.
I'm just imagining the scene from Star Trek Generations where, you know, Data gets his emotion chip in and goes and tastes one of Guinan's things. And
This
hates
is
it, but he
terrible.
keeps yeah. More?
Please.
I was going to use that example later. For
Oh, okay.
something
Well,
I got this week.
it's fine. It's evergreen.
Okay.
You can find that. You can find the GIF of that on Discord's GIF service. Even it's that popular.
Anything else of note?
Oh, let me.
What's
let me-
the time
let me
frame on?
skip
So
down
this, what do they say? This is listing.
the coming product year.
So for 2023.
Yeah. We've got 6 collaborative things, like 2 through 6 listed on here. One of those certainly must be Thunder Machine Soundwave.
Any idea what Project Bear is? Any more details on that?
I haven't heard anything new about that. Interesting thing on here is Movie 7 animatronic changer, which is listed at 190 Canadian. Which, you know, sounds like some kind of motorized gimmick platform toy.
To me, that sounds like a voice changing helmet.
For 190 Canadian?
Well, I mean,
Well, that's
190 Canadians, like, you know, 130-ish, 140 maybe.
That's a lot for a
That's
helmet.
in the that's
Yeah,
in
well,
the
think about
neighborhood
the
of
toy
some of the,
economy now.
yeah, and that's in the neighborhood of some like Star Wars helmets and things they put out in recent years. So
But
I don't
those are
think
like,
it's
but they're like,
impossible.
but that's like adult level stuff. This is like kid stuff.
Are we sure?
I would think.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either that or some kind of gimmick platform toy that transforms on its own, but still, you know, very expensive. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the interesting stuff we've probably gone over. You know, confirmation of Legacy Evolution Commander being Armada Optimus, which we kind of had the lead on anyway from the product year poster a couple months back.
I know it's not going to be that one from years ago because that was never designed to be this, but I hope it's along those lines. I hope it's good.
Well, yeah, that was designed so long ago, though. I'm sure the price points have changed since then, so it's definitely not going to be that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so to your earlier speculation about Ultra Magnus, like Motormaster is much more a model for what an Armada Optimus would end up being like in practice.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not like we have no concept of how they would design that at that price point. We actually have basically a template right here, and with just a little bit of fiddling. I'm not saying it's going to be a retool of Motormaster, but like they've already shown how that methodology is going to work at that scale.
I'm looking up Shattered Glass Grimlock on eBay.
I mean, it might come down. So a lot of the Shattered Glass stuff from that first set has been and has stayed expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of why in the 2012 set they did another Shattered Glass Optimus Prime off of the Deluxe Laser Optimus mold, because they knew that had gotten so expensive and they wanted people to have a chance to get that character again.
Yeah. You know, I got married. I can't regret not going to that BotCon, but I regret going to that BotCon. Okay.
You wish you could have done both.
I wish I could have done both.
Yeah.
It would be yeah. Let's see here. Minerva was found at Walgreens.
Oh, wait. Hyper Shouter just pointed out that BMAC, Ben
oh yeah.
I forget his full last name, but Ben
McCrate. Yeah, Crady.
Yeah, thank you. From the design team, was posting Coca-Cola ads on his Instagram the other day.
Do you think that is like
Project Bear could be the second use for the holiday Optimus Prime, but you know, Coke ad themed?
Yeah.
True.
Because their Christmas ads have polar bears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might not be a bear at all. It could just be a Coke vehicle.
Although Hyper Shout is, I'm certain, joking speculation is Coca-Cola Polar Claw.
Yeah, but like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, we've had Pepsi Prime.
Yeah.
Why not just Coke Prime?
Right?
I'd buy it.
They could repurpose Matrix Glow Ultra Magnus as Mountain Dew Ultra Magnus.
Yes. Are they ever going to do, like, what's the likelihood that we'll ever get, like, a Select's version of that?
I hope extremely low.
Yeah. They would have to do it in clear plastic, though, I guess.
Oh, that's another reason to hope for extremely low.
Yeah.
Also, just of all the things they could do a Select's version of that mold as, that is so far down the list of things I would want to have happen.
Yeah. I'm going to put in the chat what I... Hold up.
What?
Actually, so let's talk about this thing while I look at something up real quick.
Okay, what do we have?
The DNA Designs Victory Saber upgrade kit, because it needs upgrading.
I mean, I can see where they're coming from on this. It's new cannons that don't have the hollow faces on them. It's extended wing pieces that will still fold up on themselves. A faceplate replacement option for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that's necessarily a desirable idea.
I think it's because a lot of people have reported getting a scraped faceplate on their Victory Sabers, so you may as well include that if you're going to do an upgrade kit.
Yeah, I thought that might be it, but I feel like the lead time on designing this stuff is enough where that couldn't have been an original consideration.
Yeah, you may be right. That's a tough one.
Oh, and a bigger sword blade.
Yeah.
To replace the one that it came with.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, with all the problems, especially if they can fix problems that we're having, not just like oh, this is hollow, let's make something a little better. Let's actually fix something that kind of sucks, that's broken or defective. I'm all for the upgrade kits.
I mean, fixing what's defective is a tall order when, that's kind of a pretty nebulous range of things to try to address.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing they would probably have to do in that realm that's, semi-universal is like gold foil stickers to cover over the damaged chrome on the robot chests. Which, is not a solution anyone really desires, but
No.
not much else to do about it. No, I mean, for as much as I'm dissatisfied with the Victory Saber set, as I talked about previously, like, I have to admit, I don't see a lot to it that I feel like this needs an upgrade kit to change this to make it more the way I want it. Like, everything it's doing basically works unless you get like a really bad QC draw and it's just like physically flawed at the assembly stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm typing something into the chat.
But I mean, what this DNA design kit offers, like, if you have, cosmetic issues with how this was designed, this is not a bad looking solution to deal with some of the more common complaints, like the hollow undersides of the cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not getting it.
I mean, I'm probably not either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it as I got it.
Fine with what I got.
Yeah.
Yep.
I opened mine a little bit more today to examine it. I still haven't taken it out. I haven't taken the plastic or the rubber bands off of it. But so far it looks good. Maybe this weekend I might get a chance to take it apart and transform it. We'll see.
Well, here's hoping. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, because I really do like that figure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump to what we got this week. Who wants to go first?
I thought you were going to assign us who goes first from now on. That's what you said.
That's
last
when
week.
that was last week when I felt better. Let's who actually
Rob,
got
Rob,
yeah.
what'd you get?
Okay. I only got a couple of things, but they're pretty good things. Angel got me the original Star Trek on Blu-ray in the Steelbook box set that was up on Amazon for Black Friday. So that is a really nice looking set, and that is a lot of Star Trek to go through. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And my brother got me an original pencil sketch of a Real Ghostbusters cell of Slimer washing dishes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that is I'm gonna try and figure out the episode it came from, because I really do want to know. But it's a really nice looking it's a really nice looking drawing. He framed it really well, and I am really pleased with that. And that is pretty much the extent of what I got this last week. So
Cool. Chris, did you get anything? I forgot.
Yeah. So, Diecast, do you remember a couple weeks ago, Diecast was talking about the Eaglemoss ship he got and didn't like, which I said I couldn't even remember it from the show. It was the Romulan, like, flagship from Star Trek Picard.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Which he said, if any of us wanted it, and I was just like, yeah, okay. And I didn't think he had heard or paid attention at the time when I said that, but lo and behold, a week or so later, a box from Diecast is in my mail, and it's the
awesome.
The Romulan flagship. And looking at the thing, I still don't remember it. But it was from Star Trek Picard. Can you blame me?
No.
I try not. I don't remember season 1. I have suppressed season 1.
Yeah.
Mostly
largely
suppressed
the same
season
for me.
2. And season 3 starts in like a month and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's in February.
Well, it could be worse. It could start on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when Diecast was talking about this originally, I was thinking it was one of the XL sized Eaglemoss ships, but it's actually just a regular one in an absurdly oversized box. So that's why he was complaining about being kind of on the small side. It's just normal size for the small Eaglemoss ships.
That explains a lot.
But anyway, thank you for sending that along, Diecast. I have no concept of what episode or anything that appeared in, but it's at least interesting, and I suppose it will have a slightly better home with me than you. Unfortunately, Matt's gift that he had to re-get and ship to me has not been delivered to me still yet, because apparently my post office is just not that reliable anymore. But I did catch when it was on sale on Target for myself, the Creatures Collide 4-pack when that was down to like $36.99, I think.
Great price.
Yeah, I mean, I had said to myself a long time ago that if that dropped below 40, I wanted to go ahead and get it. And hey, it finally dropped below 40. So when I ordered it, they were promising delivery December 23rd. It didn't get here until December 27th. And so, long story short, I may have gotten that refunded with no return.
Oh, that sucks.
So, no, I mean, it got here. It was just late, and I may have complained and, gotten a free Creatures Collide set.
So I just want to say, one of our regular news sources as of late, Hypershouta, tfradio.net/discord, just said, and I'm putting this down as news, Project Bear is a Cocaine Bear collaboration. I wish that was that's wonderful. I love that. Sorry, I just had to share. I thought that was hilarious.
All right, Hypershouta, I don't let all this power go to your head now.
Yeah.
So I opened the Creatures Collide set just to make sure everything looked like it was all there and no obvious defects or problems. Not that there'd be much to do about it at this point anyway, because Target is completely sold out of that set online now, which is understandable when it's reduced to more than half off.
Yeah.
But everything looks fine. The paint seems fine. No obvious physical defects. The kickback redeco, is that which Deluxe Insecticon is that?
Oh,
Ransack?
Yeah, okay, we'll go.
Yeah,
We'll go with that.
Yes, it
Ransack
is.
actually is a lot nicer looking in
Wow.
person than I expected.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And my one regret with this now, I have the Sky Wasp, which was based loosely on one of the Halloween HorrorCon concepts.
Mm-hmm.
My one regret is that by the time I got this and then had a reason to get it, the Walmart here was sold out of the Night Prowlers from the Legacy Beast assortment, which was one of the other Halloween HorrorCon designs that got recycled.
Dang.
Yeah. Although the funny sad part is you'll remember how against I was Kingdom Scorponok when it first came out. I just had nothing good to say about that mold. And yet here I am, having ended up with all 3 versions of it that they've released so far. Having gotten the original, the toy-based one in this, and then also the Sandstorm recolor from Walmart because it was an update of a BotCon toy, and that seemed like an interesting thing to get. So, yeah. That's about where we're at now. Oh, and
Yeah.
Goldbug's there too.
Nice figure.
Yeah, no, I like the mold and the paint job on it looks good and everything. I don't really have that much attachment to Goldbug as a concept specifically,
He was
but
one episode.
right?
I want to say he was in the comics a little bit
He was,
longer.
yeah, he was in the comics he was in the comics until he got blown up
Pretender,
and then Ratchet rebuilt him as Bumblebee because, and I quote, he liked him better that way. That was the rationale in the comics for going from Goldbug back to Bumblebee.
Well, actually, he was in more. He was in. I guess he was in Rebirth as well, right?
Yeah, he would have been a little bit at least.
Yeah. So but he got at least one.
But Bumblebee was also in a crowd scene, so there you go.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, functionally, he was in an episode's worth of content, probably.
Yeah.
Between that whole stretch, but
yeah, but he got one. He had a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a gold bug.
Yeah. That's right, Bumblebee. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Matt.
All right, so let's talk about that data meme earlier. Like I hate it. Yeah, I got Masterpiece Gets Away.
Oh boy.
You transformed it?
Yeah, into robot mode. I immediately started questioning that decision.
I didn't start.
So the set of wheels here on that become a backpack actually fell apart when I started to transform. It wasn't broken. It did not appear to be broken. I think the pieces just were never glued together to begin with. So I took care. Yeah, I took care of that, and that becomes the heel of Raiden.
Oh no.
Oh, that is super encouraging.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I added a little bit of glue to it. It's holding together quite nicely now. I actually like this one even less than I like Choki, which is saying something because he's just the transforming the legs is so fiddly. You have to get folding up the rest of the train wheels is such a pain. You have to have them exactly right or nothing fits. So I hate this.
More?
Yes, please. The Shokugan modeling project started reissuing some older ones, so I got another Daijujin and Dragon Caesar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I have.
How much are they? How much are those reissues? Are they still available?
Yeah, Big Bad Toy Store has both.
Interesting. I never got those the first time around.
Yeah, they are original price. I think Dragon Caesar's around 80 and Daijujin's around 100. But the first sets I got together back there is Ultimate Daijujin, but I wanted a Go Ryujin too, so that's why I bought the extra set, and I love it so much.
I mean, that's the favorite combination out of all of my Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes, that's why I bought extra sets just to make it.
Yeah.
Got a couple things for Christmas. I got Star Trek Discovery Season 4.
Okay.
I will eventually finish watching Season 1 and then get on to Season 2 and 3 and 4.
Season 2 is my favorite. Season 3 is my second favorite. Season 4 is my third favorite.
And see, like, I think differently. I think like every season improves on the one that came before.
I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
I think seasons. I think you're right, but I still have a preference.
I mean, I'm gonna have like a strong preference to season 2 just because of Anson Mount's Captain Pike.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has his own show now too, so
That's
like
true.
I don't have to hold as firmly to that.
And I think that's either out on Blu-ray now or about to come out.
March. I think in March. Yeah.
Damn, I need to get that though.
It's every single Walmart in America has that little stand, like that little,
and has had it for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And it's not due till March. They are torturing me.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I do not appreciate it. Just give me
those
freaking Strange New Worlds.
I've not bought Lower Decks. I've not bought Discovery, any of that stuff because I can get them. I'm never buying Picard because I can watch them, on Paramount Plus as long as there's Paramount Plus or as long as they offer them. I'll buy Discovery. I mean, I'll buy Strange New Worlds.
Yeah,
and probably Lower Decks too.
We're just so spoiled for Star Trek content at this point. It's so bizarre.
Well, wait until
I
Paramount Plus goes away.
know. And wait until Picard starts. Like, yeah, there's definitely
maybe third time's the charm. That should be the tagline for the season. Your third time's the charm.
Definitely black clouds to go inside the silver lining, but still.
So I also, being a fan of questionable comic book characters, I'm a big fan of Havoc. So I got both, like the complete run of Mutant X from the 90s.
Oh wow.
Love that. I got another acrylic riser, and I got an excellent robe, which you must see. One moment. This is a reveal.
Okay. This is going to play well to our non-video audience, which, as we like to keep in mind, is like 85 to 90% of our total audience.
It's increasingly.
That is great. I love it.
Yes, my Star Trek: The Next Generation command uniform bathrobe.
Are there pips on it? Yes, there are 4 pips.
Yeah.
Captain,
Fantastic.
nice.
Love it. So comfortable too. Oh, it's wonderful.
The only thing I wish is that it would have styled it more specifically after Picard's jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
It's nice and fuzzy like that jacket too.
Well, that was suede. This is like fleece or whatever.
Yeah.
Terry cloth, I'm assuming.
Close enough.
But yeah, I think that's it for me this week.
Cool. I really don't have anything. I'll mention my Arcade 1-Up Ridge Racer Black Friday cabinet. I think I have like 9 cabinets from Arcade 1-Up, something like that. I counted.
We need to check in with John at some point and see what his score is on
Yeah.
those cabinets, because he had a really cool setup in
He
his space there.
I've never paid
Yeah.
more than half price for any of them. But the Ridge Racer cabinet is one that I would consider paying full price for. I love it. I really do. Funny enough, I was at Walmart today, and they had the Pac-Man cabinet, the Legacy cabinet, for $150. I'm like, okay. So I got that too. I don't have room for that one. I'll find a spot for it. So, but that's what I got this week.
Oh, really? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like you should have some interesting stuff next week potentially,
Yeah, hopefully a couple neat things.
and probably Trailbreaker. A couple neat things and probably Trailbreaker.
Yeah. I want to thank our patrons at the Touch tier. If you want to sign up for Patreon, go to patreon.com/tfradio and sign up. Patrons on Patreon get a variety of benefits, including ad-free versions of the podcast at a higher bit rate. You get a weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast. If I do an edited version of RFC, like I'm going to do this week, you get both versions. The edited and unedited version. Hot 5 History on the 5 podcast, you get that a week early. Patrons at the Touch tier get to be on Hot 5, and patrons at the Touch tier also get to be mentioned on the show each week, and you get to be listed at tfradio.net/credits. So, I'm going to do that now. Kevin Dorsey, Tyrell Gwynn, Sean Williamson, Sean Hamilton, Sean Bratton, Rick Mahurin, Rabbits, Hector's not on anymore. Hector, come on, man.
No pressure.
Ness, Spider Bob, Joey Russell, Jay Klein Rye, Jacob Owen Lucia. Oh, there's Hector. I moved him around. I updated this list, so I don't know who. I update it and like once in a while. Like there are people who've been on here forever. Kevin has literally been on here forever. Rabbits has been on here forever. Hector's been on here forever. But sometimes people fall off, and it's like, guys, come on. But usually somebody falls off, they come right back. Eric Griffin, Emmett Stresovich, Blake Reynolds, AJ, Cobra Island, and Ryan Bona.
We just like saying Hector Bones.
I love saying Hector Bones. I really do. So I have a cadence for these things. Like, we realize that it's hard to support anything with inflation and all that. So we sincerely appreciate all of our patrons. And if I give you grief, like, it's all in good fun. We really appreciate you. And,
Support your podcast responsibly is basically what we're saying.
yeah, support your podcast responsibly. If it's between supporting your podcast or feeding your cat, feed your cat.
I don't know. The cat can go catch some mice.
Yeah. So
These are jokes, by the way. I want to make clear. I'm joking.
yeah. But yeah, so thank you so much. But yeah, if you want to be a patron, I think I'm going to simplify it and cut down to 2 tiers. Or leaving money on the table tier, which I think that and the touch tier, the 2 tiers where most people are at. I think I'm going to just have 2 just to simplify things. I don't know if that displaces anybody, honestly. So, we'll see. I need to make some updates to that just to make sure that that everything is shipshape. Because I don't go in and like do the check off each time something gets done. I just do it. So I have like 1 million tasks to do according to Patreon. But yeah, patreon.com/tfradio. Thank you so much. You can find us at tfradio.net. Like everything is there. We're on Twitter at tfradio. And on Instagram at tfradio. And at Facebook, facebook.com/tfradio. Did I say Instagram.com/tfradio is TF Podcast? I need sleep. I am at briankilby.com and at Instagram.com/briankilby. Don is not here. He is at HMRC4EVR on Twitter. Diecast not here. He is at Diecast2 on Twitter. Rob, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, assuming Twitter is still functional by the time you hear this.
Or
Uh,
functional again.
Yeah. Rob Flails is the Twitter for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. That's still mostly covering Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the moment. Got to do a special preview of the Gundam Phoenix, which gets added to the game in 3 hours. So hopefully good luck to everybody who wants to roll that. Should be an interesting mobile suit from the look of things.
Is that the third unit unicorn?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got some interesting abilities, so yeah, looking forward to that. And if you like what I'm doing over there, I have a Patreon of my own, patreon.com/flailthroughs, where you can throw a couple bucks at me in exchange for requests. And also, even though Christmas is over, I certainly am not going to refuse anything anybody wants to send from tfradio.net/playlist. And thank you very much to everybody who did send me things this holiday season. I really do appreciate it.
Cool. Chris.
You can check out my photography work at playwithphotography.com. If you want to throw some support my way, I have a Patreon, patreon.com, so I play with photos. And like Rob said, Christmas is over, but if you want to do random nice things, that's forever. tfradio.net/chrislist. And I mean, just by sheer coincidence, my birthday is already coming up because
What day is it again? I'm just not good at remembering.
January 19th.
Okay.
So less than a month away, but I try to give a little buffer space between Christmas and the birthday push.
Cool. Remember, that's a national holiday.
But again, like Rob said, thanks to everyone who has gifted me, and apologies to the few of you who've had special difficulties in trying to gift me things because my local delivery options are failing us. I sincerely appreciate all your efforts, and just everything's appreciated. Thank you all so much.
Cool. Hey, the show is not that short this week. A little short.
Yeah, I mean, we're about 10 minutes under.
Yeah.
Anani TF did bring up no mention of Prime and Primal during the football game, sort of.
Oh, I missed that.
I heard something
Yeah,
about
it was like a Nickelodeon thing. They put like stock clips of Rise of the Beast Prime and Optimus Primal over it. I haven't actually watched any of the video of that.
I have the Twitter account that shared it blocked, so I didn't see it.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Well, as it is tonight, it wouldn't matter if you have them blocked or not. You wouldn't be able to get there to look at it, probably.
Also, whenever we mentioned Minerva showing up in Walgreens earlier, I was going to throw in, before we change subjects rapidly, I was going to, no, that's fine. I was going to say that Marvel Legends, like Ryan Ting from the Marvel Legends team said there's not going to be any Marvel Legends exclusives for Walgreens next year. So
that makes sense.
I would imagine we haven't heard anything about Transformers either, so there's probably not going to be Walgreens exclusives.
Yeah, because usually by now we get a leak of the next year's thing. Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if Walgreens is pulling back to some degree on that, just because of like the inflationary issues and stuff. It's probably not super viable for them to be offering the toys at these price points anymore.
Yeah, and like the sales that they've just gone through to get rid of some stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard that some of the people who found Minerva found it marked down to $12.50. So
wow.
Yeah, which is it's interesting too, because it seems like Walmart just before Christmas was getting like little end cap shippers of it looked like Kingdom Deluxes still. Like red alerts were being found in stores again, and then those Kingdom shippers that had like wing fingers, and I think I saw tracks in one of the photos. So like it seemed like a random smattering of things that probably ended up on buyback from like Walmart or wherever, and got redistributed out to Walgreens at the same time they were going to places like Ross and Marshalls.
Yep. Cool. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody. There, that forced like 2 extra minutes of
recording
material
stopped.
into the.
That'll make it the unedited version of the show. During the edited version, I'm just cutting it out.
Oh, okay. Or you could just, edit it into where Matt intended to talk about it in the first place.
Yeah.
Was my audio okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. What I like about having everything multi-track is, and no complaints. I think I think it was Rob. So I think Rob's having an issue with his stand, but there was like some stand noise or it sounded like this.
Yeah,
or
either
something.
him or Matt.
Yeah, it was one of the two. It was while Matt was talking, but I can go in and I captured when it happened. I'll go in and isolate it.
I don't think I touched anything.
I don't think it was Matt. I think it was Rob, which is fine. I can go fix it. That's because
Yeah.
that's why we do multi-track. That's why we record it this way.
Yeah, I do need to get a new stand, so it could easily be me.
Yeah, I mean that that's why we do it this way. So, but for
Yeah,
years when we weren't doing it this way, God, we would just have to live with it. Don forced her hands with that.
It may have been me because I have my microphone in a different spot because I was putting together a model kit on my desk.
Oh,
So.
there, it just did it again too.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's Matt.
Yep.
Oh, I can't fix it.
Oh, okay,
that was why it was while he was talking. I can't fix it.
Okay, that's my wire hitting the spring off.
Oh, it's very noticeable. It's very loud. Yeah, I can't fix it. Okay, well, it's fine.
Yeah,
I just cut out his entire time he talked about what he got this week.
I've noticed that sound occasionally before, and I identified that it corresponded to some movements Matt would make at times, so I kind of figured that was the case.
Cool.
Whoops.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Shit happens.
Yep.
It's not a big deal. There have been much worse.
Mentioned it earlier. But...
Well, I thought it was Rob, which means I thought it was Rob
Yeah.
while you were talking. That means I could just cut it out and nobody would ever know because it would just be gone. So it'd be like, oh, this is something during the live stream. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like some of the stuff that Don's done over the years.
Yeah.
It's definitely not that bad. Or some of the stuff I've done. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
Like, so. It is certainly not that bad.
It's certainly not me wailing away on the keyboard either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can normally cut that stuff out pretty easy.
Right.
Cool. Hey, actually, I want to kill the stream real quick. And if we can chat for just a second. Hey, people watching live, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. And YouTube.